Um, just to continue with some of the inspirational moments, this past week, the St. Albertan District Chamber of Commerce had their virtual Business Excellence Awards, celebrating excellence in St. Albert. And Charlene Zoltenko was a recipient of the 2020 Linda Moffat Woman of Distinction Award. So,
Hey, Charlene.
Charlene, we're so proud of you. Thank you so much. Also, Keldar Leadership, led by our very own Daryl Baker, recipient of the 2020 Chairs Award. Congratulations.
Daryl.
And our very own St. Albert Food Bank was the recipient of the 2020 Community Stewardship Award. So congratulations to the food bank. And if that wasn't enough, the Alberta Chambers of Commerce held their Community Attraction Award of Distinction, and the St. Albert Farmers Market, led by the St. Albertan District Chamber of Commerce, won the Community Attraction Award of Distinction for the province. Congratulations, well deserved. And Reader's Choice Awards, we are the second best social group. Service club. Next year, #1, okay? So without further ado, I will introduce Principal of Legal School, Renee Trottier, to introduce our Teacher of the Month. Renee, over to you.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for having us. We're really excited to be here. I know Laura is here as well. She's here. We're here in Legal, and Laura had a little bit of technical difficulties this morning, so I'm hoping that nothing happens with her internet feed as we're going through this presentation. So when I was asked if Legal School had a candidate for the Rotary Teacher of the Month, it was a really easy choice for our Vice Principal and myself. I asked Mrs. Croston, our VP, and we both said Laura Timchuk at the same time. So Laura grew up in Legal and still lives in the community today. She brings a wealth of personal history, community connections, and pride in her small town and her school to her teaching. Many times families will knock on her door because their child forgot something at school, and Laura will get in her car, sometimes in her pajamas, and drive to school to open it for the family because in Laura's perspective, the people in her town and the families at school are her family as well. She treats each and every child as if they were one of her own, and each parent as if they were her best friend. Each child and parent is made to feel like they are the most important person to her. Laura is an exemplary teacher in so many ways. First, she puts the relationship she has with her students as her first priority. Even the most challenging students would say that Mrs. Timchuk is their favorite teacher because she never lets them see those challenging moments. She is respectful towards them, she is supportive of them, she is kind, and she sits and works with them one-on-one more times than anyone can count. If students need to just sit and talk, she will give her time to them at lunches, recesses, after school, and sometimes even in the grocery store and on the playground on a weekend. Laura's pedagogy is always on point. She eagerly takes on new and exciting ways to teach her students. Her lessons are engaging and organized so that students can easily follow. She often will provide students with opportunities to redo and retake assessments until they are successful at learning whichever outcome she's assessing. I have often said that Laura is the kind of teacher I would want to teach my own children. She makes each student feel like they are the most important person to her and works hard to ensure that they have the best possible education. As a colleague, Laura is supportive and readily shares her experience with new teachers. She spends time after school mentoring and helping them. Even with more experienced colleagues, Laura will gladly share her lessons and ideas, and she is a willing collaborator on any team she joins. Laura seeks professional development opportunities because it is important to her that she know and keep on top of the best practices in education. And she incorporates what she learns into her lessons, and she shares those ideas with her colleagues. This year, Laura has taken on our faith lead position at our school, and she is also one half of a dynamic team who plan our virtues program for our school. She actively works with her colleagues to ensure that they understand the religion curriculum and as well as how to animate faith both in and outside of our classroom. With her religion class, she has planned and led liturgies from our chapel and supported our parish priest in his duties as presider. Laura also teaches children's liturgy at St. Emile Parish in Legal. So we were really proud to be able to nominate Laura for the Rotary Teacher of the Month. We are blessed to have her as a teacher at Legal School. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Renee. That was beautiful. Thank you.
And I should add, I would like to add that Laura is actually one of our teachers who's at home self-isolating because of a COVID positive case in her classroom. So that's why she's at home right now.
Well, Renee, welcome. Laura, welcome. It's me, Doug, your favorite Staples guy here. It's funny. I was saying in our breakout room this morning, Renee, that we've actually talked on the phone not that long ago.
Yes, we did.
And so I pulled up your email that we had sent and stuff, and oh man, I can't wait to put a face to the name and know who this person is. So I'm so excited to meet you, and I'm so very excited to celebrate Laura today too. So, Laura, I feel your pain because I am in isolation too. So I'm trying
Isolation buddies.
I'm trying. Yeah, well, yeah. What's that? As my daughter in law enforcement calls it, house arrest. But I'm out here trying to work, and I feel the pain that you must be going through because it's not easy to manage a bunch of children, as I do, from a distance. So do your best, and fantastic. Hey, whenever I listen to principals speak about a teacher, it's amazing how many similarities there are from school to school. And I know we don't copy speeches. I know that this is just a trend among those most valuable teachers that we have in our community. And the one thing that really caught my attention in the speech from Renee this morning was, people of the town are my family. And God, those are words to live by in community in these challenging times that we face, when we find out that indeed our community is those people that we serve and those people that we interact with every day. And I think that's the key to success when it comes to anything, whether it's school or business or service at all in any way, shape, or form, is understanding that these are our people and we have a responsibility to them. So getting up in your PJs in the middle of winter and going in and opening a school because Jimmy forgot his snow boots and he's going skiing, my goodness, that's just, that speaks volumes, because character is what we do when nobody's looking. Congratulations there. So today, it's kind of neat because Laura told me that she just got her bag. Do you have your bag there, Laura?
I do.
Okay, so this award today, we present this on behalf of course, the Rotary Club, the St. Albert Gazette, and the Staples St. Albert store. So there's all kinds of goodies in there. So if you want to take that bag now, the first thing, if you don't mind, is there should be a plaque in there.
Yep.
Can you see that? And can you show it to our good friends at the club here? I just want to see how good it turned out here. There it is. Yay! That is a high quality Staples product if I've ever seen one before. So you can put that aside for a second and reach back into the bag. Now, do you have something that looks like some kind of a notebook of some sort, or it has your name on it, or it's all bound together really? Oh, look at that. That is, again, another Staples original. That is a teacher planner. Think of the doodling you can do on it while you're in your isolation. It's absolutely fantastic. You're 2 months in, but hey, what the heck, you still got another 8 months to go in there, which is great. And it does have your name on it, so nobody can ever take that away from you. So let's reach back into that bag and see what else you got. Ooh, look at those little journals. Now, see, that's and it even says teacher on, and a nice black one. Nice. I put those aside every year so that I can give them out to the teachers, because it's a great little tool for remembering how fantastic your friends at Staples are. So every time I do something nice, you can write it down in there and keep it for your memoirs. Okay, now dig deep. There's some more stuff in there yet. We have a bunch of glasses and stuff like that. Look at that. Oh, look at that, an apple for the teachers, and that fantastic. Now,
love
now,
paper.
there should be something in there that looks like a gift card. Can you reach in there and see if you can find that in there?
Oh.
Oh, look at that. You know what that is? That is a $100 gift card from your friends at Staples, and a scratch and save card that you can use sometime in November and save a little extra money. So congratulations on behalf of course, the club, Staples, and the St. Albert Gazette, our partners in this program. And maybe you could say a few words and tell us how impressed you are with being able to be nominated for such a fantastic award and what it means to you.
Yes, honestly, like it was a great surprise. And to be honest, I'm not in the profession to ever get recognition. Every day I'm in this for my 26 little peoples at home, but it is nice to hear every now and again that you are appreciated and that your work means something. Because I mean, to me, every day, just my students, being around my students alone and my interactions with them, I guess, make me feel valued. But I do very much appreciate this award, and that I guess someone else mentioned, I guess, that I'm appreciated. But no, I'm very grateful, and this stuff is amazing. I can already think of all the little knickknacks I can buy for my students with this gift card. So I'm very appreciative to the Rotary Club, Renee, for your kind words, and to Staples. I can put this to use, that's for sure. So thank you so much.
Well, you're very welcome, Laura. Congratulations again. Ladies and gentlemen, our October 2020 Teacher of the Month, Laura Timko.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Doug, congratulations. Laura, again, thank you for joining us, your principal, and lucky students. Thank you. Now we're going to go straight into our guest speakers. So I will hand it over to you, Daria, for the introductions, please.
Thank you, Mark. So yes, we have Zohreh and Samantha with us this morning from interVivos. So Samantha is a non-for-profit communication professional and one of the interVivos' newest board members. She's also a proud two-time protege. And Zohreh works for the provincial government. She is the president of interVivos and one of the organization's founders. She was also named a top 40 under 40 by Avenue magazine in 2014. So welcome, and I will pass it over to Zohreh.
Hi, everyone. I'm just sharing our presentation here. Okay, thank you, everyone. I hope you can hear me. And so this is our, we have some slides to go along with our presentation. So as mentioned, Samantha and I are going to be co-presenting, and I'm going to kick things off. So first of all, thank you so much to the Rotary Club of St. Albert for inviting us here this morning to present. We're very fortunate that we've been invited to speak at a few other Rotaries over the past few years. So it's always exciting, and we always end up, it's something we really enjoy being able to do. So just to give you a little bit of background about interVivos, we are a group of Edmonton and area volunteers who cultivate leadership and want to make an impact in our community. Our dialogue, engagement, and mentorship programs and events have brought together people from Edmonton and region for over 14 years. We are nonpartisan and we are registered not-for-profit. And if, before I keep on going, just a reminder, we are going to have some time for some questions at the end. So maybe just because it being Zoom, it'll just be easier. Oh, I'm not sure what's going on with my presentation. Oops, sorry. Sorry, it's going crazy. So this next slide here is our mission and vision. So interVivos is a Latin word that means from one person to another. And in 2019, we revised our mission and vision, and they're both on this slide. And we had a long strategic planning process with members of the community, former volunteers, former board members. And so this is where we landed. One major change from our previous mission and vision was that we removed the language, the young professional language. And that's because we realized that we serve and we reach out and our programs and events are more are for a variety of people, not just young professionals. A lot of people tend to associate with us with young professionals. So we thought a majority of people still associated with us with not being connected to that. So we thought it was important to get rid of that. We don't have members or a membership fee, but our programs or events have like a ticket price or a cost associated, and they're usually low cost for people to attend. We are unique to the Edmonton region, and our events and programs are open to all ages and backgrounds. So this next slide here, I just quickly want to talk about our history. How did we get to this? How did we get here? So as mentioned, we've been around for 14 years, but we actually can trace our roots back to 2003. We were a different group back then. We were the Canadian Unity Council Young Leaders Dialogue Series, which is a mouthful. And that committee's main role was to facilitate these lunches and mixers and that kind of thing to bring together young people. It was very focused back then on like students and very early professionals. And back then the discussions were focused on business, or focused like trying to connect business, political, and people from the nonprofit sectors, which we still do, but very just focused on discussing topics like Indigenous issues and like post-secondary education and that kind of thing. So in early 2006, the committee began discussing expanding its mandate, particularly to focus around and on this topic of mentorship and providing mentorship opportunities for the Edmonton region. But actually around that time, we lost our funding from the federal government. So a few people stayed and we rebranded and we reworked ourselves and we became the interVivos Mentorship Society of Alberta. So, and the people who continued really want to provide opportunities for people to come together to discuss various topics and in the process create a stronger leadership presence in the community across all ages. So as a result, interVivos was officially launched in November of 2006. Now I'm going to hand things over to Samantha, who's going to speak about what our organization is currently doing and how all of you, can get more involved.
Thank you, Zohreh. Before we talk about our programming and events, I'm just going to take a moment to explain how we get our work done. We are a volunteer championed organization, and our volunteer board is made up of people from a variety of backgrounds and industries. The slide in front of you lists our current board members, and board members typically serve 2-year terms, and we hold recruitment campaigns from time to time. We are an administrative board with no staff, but we have several interns from various provincially and federally funded programs. One of our interns is from the Youth at the Table program, and we heard that your group is actually having a presentation from this organization in November. So like many groups, we have met exclusively over Zoom since March of this year due to the pandemic. Our board is advised by many established leaders in Edmonton. We call them our advisory council, and each of their names is listed on this slide. One of our advisors is Anne McClellan, the former Deputy Prime Minister. And as mentioned in the quote at the bottom of the slide, she has definitely enjoyed her time being on our council. So most people know interVivos for our mentorship programs. Since Since 2006, interVivos' biannual program has brought together people with diverse backgrounds to build meaningful connections that are mutually beneficial. Over 600 proteges and volunteer mentors have participated in our mentorship program. Proteges pay a small fee to participate, but there is no application process. It's a first come, first serve type of a thing. We've also collaborated with other Edmonton nonprofits. For example, last year we partnered with the Edmonton Heritage Council to pilot a mentorship program for heritage sector professionals. Our organization saw the value of sharing resources and expertise to support the goal of elevating diverse voices. interVivos also did a mentorship program in the summer of 2019 that included exclusively female mentors. We provided proteges the opportunity to be paired with successful women with varied careers, backgrounds, and perspectives. I was actually a protege in this special mentorship program, and I will talk a little bit more about that later in the presentation. When COVID-19 hit Alberta in March, we knew it was impossible to launch the summer 2020 program the traditional way. But we also knew there's still an appetite amongst Edmontonians to work on their professional goals despite the pandemic. Our board worked quickly to modify our program and decided to deliver it over Zoom. The virtual launch emulated all the elements of an in-person interVivos mentorship launch experience. Mentors and proteges were prompted to get to know one another on a deeper level through group engagement activities, one-on-one rotations, and opportunities for post-event networking. We created over 100 breakout rooms during the launch to allow mentors and proteges to meet one-on-one and determine who they wanted to be matched with during the program. There is a blog post now up on our website, intervivos.ca, about launching a mentorship program during a pandemic that you might want to check out after this presentation. interVivos wants to bring the voices of Black, Indigenous, and people of color, or BIPOC, mentors to the forefront and celebrate the impressive work that they've done in our community. So we are going to be launching a BIPOC mentorship program in the fall of 2020. The program will run from December 2020 to May 2021 and launch on December 1st. Due to the pandemic, we will be launching the program over Zoom again like we did with the summer 2020 mentorship program. Recently, our board completed some additional training to ensure that the program is impactful and serves all of our participants well. Registration for this program will be opening very soon, and proteges from all backgrounds are welcome to register. We are also looking for volunteer mentors and would love some recommendations. So if you have anybody in mind, please feel free to email us after this presentation. So you may be wondering what's involved in being part of the mentorship program. Mentors and proteges commit to meeting at least 3 times in person or virtually during the program. The program typically lasts about 6 months, and our program launch event usually goes for 2 to 3 hours. I really enjoy helping plan these programs because, speaking from personal experience, the program is truly beneficial to your career, expanding your network, and building leadership experience. I was really able, through this program, to build up my confidence, my people skills, and advance my career in new and meaningful ways, all thanks to interVivos. So obviously, I am very passionate about the mentorship program, but don't take my word for it. You can take a look at the testimonials on the slide here from other participants in the program. I will leave it up just for a few moments so you can read them. All right, and hopefully you've had a chance to read through those. Another reminder that registration for our fall program will be opening very soon, and we are looking for both mentors and proteges and would love some recommendations or referrals. So again, if you know anyone in your network that would be interested in this program, be sure to tell them about interVivos. While most people know interVivos for our mentorship programs, our community engagement events are an opportunity for attendees to get informed about issues that matter to them. Typically, each event hosts speakers on topics that range from civic engagement to current affairs. This slide lists some of the community engagement events that we've done in the past. Each occasion provides the opportunity for attendees to engage with each other and the speakers. Our discussions are nonpartisan, but frequently include topics that can be political in nature. These events usually attract upwards of 100 people, so the board is determining now how to offer them in 2021 with the COVID-19 restrictions in place. interVivos does not rely on any government funding or a long-term cash sponsor. We have turned to the community to ask for support from time to time, and here are a few of the organizations that have supported us over the past 14 years. Our sponsors receive a measurable return on investment for supporting interVivos. We provide sponsors the opportunity to connect with our event participants in meaningful ways. Sponsors benefit from social media promotions, communication with our nearly 1,000 email subscribers, and opportunities to connect with engaged Edmontonians through the interVivos network. I'm going to hand things back to Zohreh now, who will explain how you, your workplace, or your network can get more involved with interVivos.
Okay, thank you, Samantha, for that. So, so there's always like a bit of a lag with our slide advancement. Anyway, so this, Samantha really talked about how what we give back to our sponsors, but there's many other ways that you can get engaged and more involved with interVivos. So as we talked about, as Samantha talked about, our BIPOC mentorship program. So we are always looking for volunteer mentors, not just for that program, all our programs. So if you or if you know anybody who would make a great mentor for an upcoming program, feel free to reach out to us at any time. We also, because we really build our roster of mentors from community recommendations. Collaboration is really important for us and many other nonprofits in the Edmonton region right now because of COVID-19. We've always been open to collaboration. Samantha talked about our Edmonton Heritage Council mentorship program collaboration, but we want to collaborate even more in the coming months, because that's because of COVID-19 and resources are limited. People's attention span is even limited. So we want to make sure that we can, we want to work together. So if I know you're all connected to other organizations and other groups, so feel free to reach out to us if you have an interesting event or program that you think we could collaborate on. Once we get going and planning our community events again in early 2021, we will need more speakers. So we put some of the events we've done in the past, community engagement events, we've done many other ones. We look for speakers from a variety of backgrounds and different perspectives. So maybe that's one of you who could add your perspective to one of those events. We also talked about, so going back to that return on investment slide for our sponsors. So we do need continued support. So it's not just financial support. A lot of our sponsors and supporters they had over the years have been in-kind support. So that could be things like venue space once we can meet, when gathering restrictions are upped again, audiovisual equipment, printing, live streaming capabilities, that kind of thing. Food at events. We've had many sponsors for that. So if you wish to connect on any of these things, please reach out to us. So the next slide is how you can reach out to us. So we're very active on social media. We regularly update our website, Facebook. So we're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and we have a YouTube channel. Email, how you can get more organized, get connected, is also on this slide. Also, strongly recommend joining our mailing list. We don't send out many emails to the people who subscribe. Usually when we have programs or events, we usually send an email out to everybody inviting them to register and participate. So you can do that by going to our intervivos.ca website and joining your name on the mailing list on the front page there, where we have a little arrow there. So love to open up for questions. But before we do that, I'm actually wondering, because we're so active on social media and we're really proud of all these groups we get to talk to, and particularly during this time of COVID where we're all separate. Is it possible for us to maybe take a group picture? Or I don't know if this would be a good opportunity to do that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Sure, I'm going to actually stop my screen share. And I am going to change my view so I can see. There's so many of you, so.
Get everybody to turn their cameras on for a moment.
Yeah. I'm going to, that would be awesome. I don't even know how to do, because there's so many of you, we might have to take 2 pictures. Yeah, I think I have to take 2 pictures. Okay, so I'm going to do, so I'll do 3, 2, 1, and then I'll do another 3, 2, I'll do another 3, 2, 1, take a picture, 3, 2, 1, take another picture. And I'm just doing it on my, it's just a screenshot. So, okay, so the first one, okay, so 3, 2, 1. Oh, I didn't even know. I'll do one more because I wasn't even looking. Okay, one more. Okay, thank you, everybody. So now we'd love to take your questions, Samantha and I.
Anyone? Anyone? Stunned silence. You were that thorough.
Well, if nobody has any questions, so just like a few reminders that you all are amazing leaders and you do a lot for your community, and we would love to have probably each of you as a mentor for an upcoming program. So reach out to us. I can probably also send a little bit of a blurb, or you can follow up with us as well afterwards. Oh, there's a question here.
There you go.
How many? I just lost it. Sorry. It was how many
mentor-mentee relationships would you envision?
Okay. I'm not sure. Could you clarify that? So we've had, as you mentioned, we've had over 600 participants. But so during the program, like you were matched with one person.
And maybe asking about in a given year in terms of.
In a given year? Okay, so in a given year, you usually do 2 programs.
Okay.
Some years we've done 3, like last year actually I'm doing 3 with our work with the Edmonton Heritage Council. And usually our programs are about 15 to 18 mentors and then 15 to 18 proteges. But because of COVID, the program that Samantha talked about, we ended up doing just a pilot of just 10. So it was kind of a small year. And this upcoming one in the next, that's going to launch on December 1 and will run from January to June, we'll have about 13 or 14. So we're just doing it a little bit smaller because we're launching over Zoom. But yeah, so usually we have like about, it can be anywhere from 15 to 18 of each.
And then maybe I'll just build on that. Sorry, Zohreh. So yeah, for each session, you are only paired up with one mentor or one protege, as we call them. But we do often have a lot of repeat mentors and proteges. So myself, I actually participated in the protege or in the mentorship program as a protege 2 times. And I know there was a lot of familiar faces there. So a lot of people get involved one time and get addicted, and it's awesome.
And people come back for different reasons, particularly the proteges, because like I know we've had one protege now who's participated 3 times in different programs over the years, and each time it's for a very different reason. And our program is about matching people from different backgrounds. So while she's participating for different reasons, she understands that she's going to be matched with someone who doesn't look like her, doesn't have the same professional background as her, but she's looking for a different kind of experience,
Mm-hmm.
someone to help guide her through that journey. And that's what people are looking for. What would your annual budget be? We actually are pretty lean and mean, and we don't spend a lot of money because we don't have any, we don't have a long-term sponsor as like an annual sponsor. We do have this in-kind support from time to time, where we get like a venue donated, that kind of thing. Basically we run off the cost. So like we are pretty much like a cost recovery organization. Hope that answers your question. Okay, so the next question is, what backgrounds do proteges have? Students, those starting their own business. So I'll quickly answer this question, then I'll hand it over to Samantha too, because she can talk about her experience. So proteges have every kind of background. We actually don't have a lot of students who are participating because they're nothing against students, but for the most part, they're like early university students, that kind of, they're not really like focused yet on what they want to get from their professional life. They're kind of thinking about it, and we do get a couple, but not a lot. It's usually kind of like early professionals, people who have been working for a few years, and come from a variety of backgrounds. So some are interested in starting their own business. With COVID-19, it's been very interesting, and that number of those has seriously decreased because I think a lot of people are not really in that risk-taking mood. Background is everything, like our mentors that come from the nonprofit, business, government, every sphere. They come from all kind of backgrounds. And one other thing is that we are very diverse in terms of the racial background of our mentors. We've been consistently like that, and also our proteges have recognized that, and so we have very diverse proteges when it comes to their, not even just their professional background. And in terms of ages, we have all ages that participate, but I mentioned it's usually people who have been working for a few years, and a lot of younger people want to gain the skills related to mentorship. So some of our mentors are actually even in their 20s because they understand that this is a long-term like career. They need to like this, being a good professional and being a good servant leader involves understanding mentorship. So some of our proteges even have mentors who are the same age as them, and I know we've had a couple instances where our mentors have even been younger than their protege. I guess like Sam, maybe you could like explain maybe like your background and like maybe like the mentors kind of what that you got in their background, so people can see like how diverse it was.
Definitely. So the first time I participated in the program, when it was the all-female, it featured the exclusively all-female mentors, I was just starting out in my nonprofit communications career. I had finished school, I had landed my first job, and I was really sort of looking, now that I was finished school, I needed some other outlet to make sure that I kept that momentum going, learning and building my skills. So the first time I participated in the program, I was paired up with a Crown prosecutor, actually. And that was a fantastic relationship. And the nonprofit that I work for is in the legal sphere. So we did have a lot in common. The second time around, I was paired with a gentleman who worked in nonprofits. So I did get quite a range, and I can say too, from the launch events that I attended, you have people from all backgrounds, but what ties everyone together and sort of the similarity is that appetite to build skills and to advance your career. Everyone, the energy, I'm so excited when we can get back to in-person events when it is safe to do so, because the energy of these people is fantastic, and it's so empowering and uplifting as a participant in the program. And yeah, I'm on the board now, and I'm so happy to be on the other side and helping plan and deliver this program to other aspiring professionals.
Wonderful.
Thank you very much.
Other questions? Hearing and seeing none, we will say thank you again to Zohreh and Samantha. Let's go here, here. So thank you for your presentation today. In recognition of your contribution, we will be making a donation in your name to the Rotary International Polio Plus program, a worldwide program focused on polio eradication. And there are, yes, there are 2 certificates. Yeah, wouldn't want somebody to be left. So these will be sent to you after this morning's meeting. So thank you again for your presentation this morning.
Thank you very much for that donation. We recently made a presentation to the White Avenue Rotary Club of the White Avenue Rotary too, and they also made another donation. So it's like really great that we can still contribute.
Oh yeah, well we donate more than they do.
Okay. Yeah, I can see the differences in your clubs, and we, like I mentioned, we have presented at other Rotaries over the past few years too. So it's always interesting to see how the different clubs operate and their different perspectives.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, ladies.
So some quick reports and announcements. We have our board meeting coming up on November 3rd. The member survey, if you haven't had a chance to complete that, please fill that out and submit it online. We're going to be looking at those results at our board meeting. We want to make sure that everything's on track and we are listening to our membership. Our AGM is scheduled for December 11th. Our Christmas party is scheduled for the 17th. Any other announcements? Anyone?
I posted something regarding from the Salvation Army Christmas petals. Tony Porter gave me a call and he was called. So the question is there any appetite for that this year due to what's going on to man a couple of stores for the Christmas carol? I just put it out there and let's hear some responses.
Hey, Laz, I think Doug Campbell is actually following up on that. He's talking to Tony and then he's going to coordinate on his end. So that's, I believe that's a club services thing, right? Yes, no, yes, I think so.
You just called me, that's all.
Okay, thank you. I had passed that on to Doug, so that's, appreciate you following up on that. Our next meeting on the 6th.
Mark?
Yes.
I just want to have one more announcement.
Yes.
So I've bugged a few people this morning, but we're still looking for histories on exchange students. I have nothing for like in the early years at all. So so names, anything you have would be great. Also, I was speaking with Francesca this week, and she's doing some amazing things. She's now on her way back to Italy. But in the last year, she was doing some stuff with a UN group, but she's also just finished a stint in Strasbourg. And in Strasbourg, she was working with children. So I'm just going to read what she wrote here. After graduating in human rights, I decided to specialize in the field of children's rights and thought before starting my master's degree in children's rights and experience with children was necessary. For this reason, I have chosen to spend a year in Strasbourg at a child's residence, which welcomes children in particularly difficult family and social conditions, waiting for them to return to their families or to be adopted and spend life together. I supported the team made up of qualified staff who strive to live the best life possible. So I wake up the kids and I get them ready for school and eat and with them and kiss them goodnight. I admit this experience is very intense and engages me so much from an emotional point of view. This is exactly what I was looking for, a complete dive aimed at understanding even better everything that orbits around the protection of children's rights. So once again, our exchange students are out there doing amazing things in the world.
Wow, that's amazing. And thank you very much, Charlene, for pushing the collection of that information. I think it's so important for us to contribute to that history project and to really gather together those things that help us bring us to where we are today. So thank you for that.
So Mark, Doug Campbell here.
Yes, sir.
Just to confirm that we are in touch with Salvation Army.
Okay.
And with Tony Porter to look at how we would be participating in the kettles this coming year.
Wonderful. Thank you very much for that. And Laszlo, thank you for passing on that information. There's a question to me about the president-elect committee to select the president-elect nominee for 22-23. So the process around that is after the board meeting on Tuesday, I will send a call out for 2 volunteers to sit on that committee along with current president, president-elect, and past president. And so the 5 of us will meet. Soon after that, we'll make the selection, approach the individual, offer it to them. If they accept, then that will be confirmed, and then we will make that announcement at the AGM on December 11th. Any other announcements, questions?
So Mark, Daria here.
Yes.
We do have a presenter for next Friday. I'm not sure if there was
Oh, good.
glitch, but it's our own Craig Mallon that's going to be presenting next Friday.
Oh,
So
wonderful.
yeah. So just to mention that, so people are not wondering who's going to join us next Friday.
The mystery.
It won't be me singing, so you can show up next Friday.
Wonderful. Thank you for that, Doria. And thank you, Craig. You may also know about this. I know that there are a number of individuals in our club who are members of the T8N 100 men, and they are working to raise matching donations from the community for the $30,000 that they are stepping up with. So if you'd like to support that, then you know where to find them. Birthdays and anniversaries, we have a little bit of a catch up from last week since we had our club assembly and no meeting right after that. So Colin Steffi's birthday was on October 23rd. Adrian's was on October 24th. Frank Prosperi Porta, October 26th. And Dan Holman's is coming up on November 1st. Spouse birthdays, Ann Ramsden's husband, Toby, October 26th. And date joined Rotary, Kevin Scoble, on October 25th, 1 year. So happy Uno, Kevin. Andre Charrois, October 30th, 11 years. Daria, on October 30th, 5 years. Congratulations. Stacy Nicolishan, October 31st, 9 years. And Wally Monson on November 1st, 29 years. Amazing. So congratulations. Thank you to all of you for being alive and for supporting the club. So now we will hand it off to John Carl, and Natalia is here too. I haven't seen Mark. Is Mark here? Nope. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, I've got Mark right here.
There he is. Nice. That's a little spooky.
He's never really looked better, I gotta say. He looks
It's an
really
improvement for sure.
Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm sorry, I can't concentrate. Yeah. All right, so shall we start with the Chase the Ace?
We should.
And if anyone's asking, we are wearing our masks. That's it.
Totally.
Okay, Natalia, could you please pick a number between 1 and what?
1 and 20. 1 and 20.
1 and 20.
18.
18.
18 as the lovely Stacy.
Stacy, are you on? Stacy's not on. Stacy, are you there? Okay, well, we'll do this on her behalf. She might be a winner. You don't have to be here to win.
Here we go.
Ooh. Not only is she not in attendance, she's a loser. So dainty too.
I know.
All right.
New character.
So what do we want to do now? Shall we call for happy bucks?
I think so. On this
All right.
nice Halloween.
Because you're smiling?
Because I'm smiling.
All right. So if anyone has happy bucks, we would love to hear them now, please.
Well, I guess I'll weigh in. Pretty happy to be recognized this week from the Chamber of Commerce, and thanks. Many of you reached out and passed on congratulations. So I will send some cash on behalf of Keldar leadership to the club for that. So thanks very much.
And congratulations. It's
I'll
fantastic.
fall right behind you there, Daryl. Congratulations, and thanks for all the recognition, and just very humbled and honored to receive the award.
Thanks, golf clap.
Is anyone else happy? It's very good. Is anyone else happy in this club? I know nobody at the restaurant's happy, so. Okay, seriously, stop doing that.
John, I have some happy bucks.
There's someone happy. What do we got?
I just received a text that my COVID test came back negative. So
And we're all happy for that.
I live another day. So,
Don't fail. But you were positive for everything else in that blood test, syphilis, and.
Wow, you went there.
I did extremely satisfied rating on cuteness. So the question of validity of these tests, but I just had one interesting thing, if I can, just for a second, Mark.
Yeah.
When I went for my test, it was at 9 o'clock in the morning on Tuesday morning. There had to have been, I got early because that's the kind of guy I am, and I was about the 25th, 30th person in line. There were no less than 400 people lined up waiting for tests. Very sobering for me, but a real shout out to our healthcare community because man, they moved people through there. It was unbelievable to see. I was in and out in 5 minutes once they opened the doors, but a real shout out to the hard work they're doing and everything to make that happen. But there's a lot of people being tested right now. So very, very eye-opening. So, you know.
Well, and we're all very glad that you test negative and that you're okay. So, yeah.
Hey, John.
Yes, Craig.
So I applied for a Nexus card 13 months ago. At the same time, I applied for one for Carol. So she got hers in January. I've been canceled now for the 5th time. So not going to the States anytime soon. So there's my $5 for happy bucks.
Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah, staying out of the States for the next week is probably a good idea. On that note, did you guys hear what Walmart announced this morning? That because of the concerns for civil unrest in the United States, they're pulling all firearms from all of their stores across the country. Their fear is that regardless of the outcome of the election, somebody's going to be looking for guns and they're going to loot the stores. So they're preemptively protecting their stores and not carrying firearms. You can still get baseball bats and clubs and stuff, but just no guns.
That's good.
Yeah, but there is a gun store on every corner. So, all right. So, any other happy bucks, or can we get to fining?
Yeah, John, it's Myron here.
Hi, Myron.
Morning, guys. I just got back from Manitoba, my hometown, and I went to visit family. My mom's in a lodge there. She's got dementia. And I had about 3 visits with her, but they allowed me to take her out for a ride. So we kind of toured out in the country, and she just enjoyed it so much. And it was a great experience to spend some time with her because I haven't seen her for over a year. So I will send you $5.
Wonderful. I'm glad you got that time with her.
Thank you.
Going
All
once, going twice, going for the fines.
There we go.
What do you have this morning?
Well, fines, you actually came up with most of them, so I would leave that with you. But it is Halloween, and no one is dressed up.
Well, that's not actually entirely true.
No?
No, we do have actually somebody that during O Canada was actually presenting as a ghost, which was really, really interesting.
Yeah, let's see that.
So there's our resident ghost. I don't know if you can see him disappearing into the wall there, but
he just goes through those walls.
Mark, great costume, and that'll cost you $5.
Happily.
While we're on this screen, I do have a couple of additional fines. This week's crotch shot for O Canada goes to Jason. Please, folks, angle your cameras up. We don't need to see that this early in the morning or any time of the day. We also have our own impersonation of Snow White happening. You know how Snow White cozies up to the forest animals? Yeah, so there's Snow White there.
Aw, Kathy.
Yeah, I don't
Feeding
know.
the wildlife.
Yeah, so Kathy, no, that was a rabbit. But she was also apparently drinking a fair bit. So
she thinks it's a squirrel.
Yeah. Now, as you guys remember, we did tree planting 2 weeks ago, and it was a fantastic event. All sorts of celebrities came out. Here's our fashion model. She came out striking a beautiful pose in her winter wardrobe. So
we can't see it. Can't see it, John.
You can't see that?
No, just still.
We can't
more.
see your photo shoots, your screenshots.
Really, really strange. Okay.
Yeah, we didn't see Snow White either.
Okay, can you see the fashion icon now?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You guys can't because you're here. Yeah. Let me see if I can move this over and allow the peanut gallery to see what we're doing. There we go. There. You guys can see that now.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Snow White.
okay, let me get back to Snow White for y'all. Always learning to screen share here. There we go. There's our Snow White. Kathy feeds the rabbit in the forest.
She thought it was a squirrel.
Yeah. Now, one of my big pet peeves has always been people who don't know how to park. You know, you pull into a parking lot and there's that person that's taken up 2 stalls or whatever. So
I do that on purpose.
Yeah, I'm sure you do, Anita. So at tree planting, there's a couple people here that are going to get some fines.
That's not
one
so
of them
bad.
I know is Andre, and I'm not sure who drives the Buick, but whomever you are, pony up some dough. And Andre, we've got a couple. Yeah, please.
Wait, is
bylaw there that day.
No, I could send it to him.
Go for it.
No, we got you. What happens at Rotary Tree Planting stays at Rotary Tree Planting. And with that, the only additional fines we have, I think it's great that we have a couple of winners in the Chamber Awards this year. They've already both ponied up happy bucks, so we can't really find them for that.
They beat us to the punch.
But what we can do is there are former winners here.
Ooh.
And in honor of the people who won this year, I think anybody who has won in the past should send us $5.
Yeah, sounds like a great idea.
I think that would be a good one. Now, what else did we have on the list? It's just a finding kind of a week.
Well, it's been a couple.
Yeah, that's all I have.
Yeah, I don't really have many more.
But we do welcome now fines from the floor, if anyone has any. Really quiet group.
Actually, I'll throw out some more happy bucks for Maddie joining us. She's been juggling school and France just went down on lockdown and her parents are on their way back from France. And Belgium is close to being under lockdown again. So happy bucks for Maddie and hopefully everyone stays well.
Yeah, Maddie, we're all thinking about you. Any finds on the floor? No?
Sounds like it's a
What about
wrap.
the actual floor? No?
We're
All right.
happy.
With that, we're out. See you guys.
Thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate it. And Natalia. So don't forget, we're on social media and the recordings of these meetings are on our YouTube channel. So please check them out. So many people to thank this week. Our guest speakers, Zohreh and Samantha, Teacher of the Month, Principal of the Month, Inspirational Moment, Mr. Baker, Sergeants at Arms, John and Mark, Natalia. Congratulations to our award winners once again. Thank you to our guests, fellow Rotarians. And don't forget, if you need support, reach out to your fellow club members. Lynn King is our caring coordinator. And there are many online resources available. So please reach out. And please join me in the four-way test of the things we think, say, and do. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? Will it be fun? Thank you, everyone, and happy Halloween.
Have a great
Thanks. Bye, Maddie. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Have a good day.
You
Happy
too, my dear.
Halloween, everybody. Looking good, Maddie.
Really nice to see you, Maddie. Take care.
Thank you.